Hey guys, Asher coming at you today with another Raid Shadow Legends Champion guide, this time on Basher. Basher is a great little control void nuker out there in the game. Moreover, he's an epic champion that is definitely worth your consideration and a look, and that's exactly what we're going to do in today's video. So we have Philly1224, please do a guide on Basher. I know he's viable for Faction Wars in Arena. I just wanted to know if he's worth using to get to Gold 5 in Arena, or is he too weak? Oh, absolutely not too weak. So guys, Basher is a Skinwalker champion. As I said, he's an epic champion. Here he is. Wait, did I just get a new? Oh, I got this dude. Oh no, I got him a while ago. Why did he show up as new now? I got him for the fusion. Anyway, Basher is a guy with Stinging Blast. It's an AoE, increase the cooldown of all the target skills by 2 turns on a 2-turn cooldown. It's a mini Warlord. It's a mini Yumeko type ability, right? There's only one other epic in the game that has that same ability, and that is Alika as a Barbarian champion. She has it on her A3. Attack all enemies, 100% chance of increasing the cooldown of all enemy skills by 2 turns, again on a 3-turn cooldown. The nice thing about Basher versus Alika is Alika does more damage than Basher. Only slightly though, only slightly. But Basher is void affinity, right? So we don't have to worry about weak hits or anything like that. We also have a 4-time hitter with a block buffs on the A3. Now, truthfully, this ability, Stinging Blast, is so good because, stating the obvious here, but it's so good because if the enemy team has block debuffs, or if they have a cleanser, it doesn't matter, right? Block active skills debuff is, similar to this. Block active skills for 2 turns. For example, of a champion that has that, Lugan has that off the top of my head, right? So, not you, Septimus. Lugan the Steadfast. Block active skills for 2 turns, right? Karato has that ability, right? So, where are you, Karato? Block active skills for 2 turns. We have the Phoenix has that ability, right? Block active skills. So that is the very weak version. The way that you should look at block active skills and put skills on cooldown like Alika and Basher have, it's the very strong version of block active skills. Or you can say the block active skills is a very weak version of putting skills on cooldown. Block active skills, if they have block debuffs, and there's so many champions in the game that have block debuffs in their kits, it's not going to be any good for you, right? If the enemy team has a cleanser, they can just cleanse the block active skills debuff off them as well, right? Whereas Basher, there's no way to cleanse this. Moreover, there's no way to block it with block debuffs, only resist. Ergo, accuracy is going to be the most important stat on Basher. His whole kit, again, on this A1, we have a 75% chance of placing the big version of Weaken for 2 turns. It's actually a really good land rate on that A1. It makes him very viable for Faction Wars against the Red Boss, and then against the waves by increasing the cooldown of target skills. Makes him good in Doom Tower waves, controlling those Siphies and Valkyries, etc. Or anybody for that matter, right? And then block buffs, it helps in the same way. The Valkyries, the Siphies of the world, any champion like that who's annoying with all the buffs that they bring to the table, we can mitigate that with the Cause Fear ability. So you can see it's a pretty simple kit. He does have HP in all battles, which is nice as well, but it's a very effective kit. It's weird for an attack-based Void champion to have HP in all battles on the aura as well. Kind of worth noting there. So today, we're going to use him exactly where he was, in my mind. He's good for, like I just said it, right? Good for control wherever you need it. Mostly it's going to be, why am I going to the shards, man? What am I doing here? What am I doing today? Mostly it's going to be in Faction Wars, Doom Tower waves, right? Actually, I can just search it now. I can just search his name. Any of you guys do that? Any of you guys forget that you can search names and you still scroll to try to find the champion? All right, so here he is, Basher in all his glory. I have my man in triple perception. I like triple perception. You can also run immunity on this champion, something like that. Stone Skin is a great option for Basher. I like either Stone Skin or triple perception personally, because we need his accuracy to be high. We do want to put an accuracy, or attack percentage on his chest. Now, which one you go with is going to depend on, how much accuracy you think you need, obviously, for the arena, or where you're using this champion, and how much damage you want to get out of this champion. So here we have him built to be a little bit more of a damage dealer with 411 accuracy. If I wanted to just make sure that he gets the job done, what he's meant to do, the number one thing, which is control the enemy team, I would go with an accuracy chest. So you know what, guys? I think I'm going to make that change right now. I have one chest piece not being used. Let's go ahead and do it. I lose some speed off that exchange, which sucks because I want to have him fast. Stat priorities on this champion: accuracy, speed, and then crit rate, crit damage after that, right? We want him fast because we want to control the enemy team before they take a turn. That's going to scale up. The higher that you go in PvP, it's going to scale up the amount of speed that you need. Unfortunately, so is the amount of accuracy that you need. You can usually get by with a little bit less accuracy and a little bit more speed. So in other words, they're both incredibly important, right? But I think I'd rather have them like super fast and the best speed gear you can put on this dude, and then make a little sacrifice on the accuracy if you have to choose between the two. Because again, what use is he if he's going after the enemy team has already used all their OP skills, their opening moves? I mean, at that point, sure, you're putting them on cooldown. They're already on cooldown. You know, they already used them. So we really want him first importance is he goes first. He goes fast. So this build is good, but ideally he'd be at like 300 speed or 330 speed, as high as we can get it, you know? So he is a little, you might be like scratching your head. How is he a little slow at 242? Well, in PvP, there is no too fast. There is no too much accuracy, right? Anyway, I digress. You guys get the point. So I went accuracy on the chest. I went accuracy on the banner. I went HP on the, you know what? I went HP on this, this is an old build. I changed up all of his artifacts for the video, but I just assumed I had crit damage on his amulet. I do want some. This guy is a nice damage dealer as well. I said that Alika can outdamage him, but that's really because Alika is an incredible damage dealer in her own right. That's not a bash against Basher. See what I did there? We got dad jokes here on the channel. We got dad jokes. All right, let's go with, let's see. We have a couple crit damage. Let's see if we can get some accuracy. Accuracy? We'll take it. We'll take it. I was hoping I would get that last one there. All right, let's go with this one. Now we get crit damage. That's going to be helpful there. We want some damage out of this dude, too. We have defense. That's totally fine there on the ring. You know, depending on where you're using this champion, you want him to be able to, obviously, you know, dish out some damage, but you also want him to stay alive if you're using him outside the arena. In the arena, ideally, he goes once, and then it's it. Game over. That's it, you know? So I'm going to put a reaction ring, but I'm going to swap to attack on him. Reason being is I want a little bit more damage, and I like reaction. Reaction's the best thing you can do. So if we don't go first, we can at least try to keep this dude alive. All right, so we have, as you saw, accuracy on the chest piece. We have speed on the boots, and we have crit rate on the gauntlets. We have commanding presence for his blessing. I think I'm going to change it, guys. I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it to cruelty. No, I'm going to change, I lied. I'm going to change it to Crushing Rend. First hit of each round will ignore a percentage of the target's defense. We'll be ignoring, you know, I don't know, 2%, 1.5%. Yeah, let's just stay with Commanding Presence. Those would be my options. Commanding Presence, Jeez, why am I forgetting? Commanding Presence, Cruelty, or Crushing Rend would be the options for Basher, for Blessings. For Masteries, instead of going Helm Smasher to min-max his damage, I'm going to have another nuker on the team. Again, he is my CC role of my team. He's my crowd control. He's not necessarily my damage, although he does bring that to the table as well, right? But he's not going to be like an uber nuker for your team. So I didn't go offense. Instead, I went defense. I went with Cycle of Revenge to get his turn meter up, especially if we don't go first. Again, 50% chance to increase turn meter by 15% when an ally is attacked with a critical hit. Basically, what this is going to do is, if the enemy team is faster than he is, and they go first, and they critically attack an ally, he'll hopefully be next in line if he gets the Cycle of Revenge turn meter boost. And then on the support tree, we came all the way down, picked up Eagle Eye for even more accuracy on this champion. All right, guys, let's go ahead and take this dude into the arena. Let me make a team real quick. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I just did a guide on Ghostborn yesterday, but I figured we could keep running with some Ghostborn here. We have Yannicka as our nuclear. We have Arbiter as well as our speed lead. So how this goes is we go in there with the speed lead. We go in with there with the debuffer. And, man, Ghostborn putting on some damage too, huh? It's cool because we kind of have 3 damage dealers on the team. Now, we do have decreased attack. They did cut in line, but now we can increase skill cooldown. All they can do now is use their A1 abilities, and the fight is over. Now, all we need, is our nuker to go in and Yannicka take care of the team. So this is the way that you can use him. I would ideally have him even faster than Ghostborn, although it's not imperative, right? So let's go on to the next squad here. I don't even notice if we're in gold 4 or gold 5 or where we are right now, but this is it, man. I mean, we come in here. He's a control champion. There it is. Increased cooldown of all their skills. Again, they can only use the A1 except for Mithrala, who resisted because of her ridiculous passive. But we're still going to win the battle, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. So be careful of Mithralas, right? Sometimes 900 accuracy is not going to be enough with a Mithrala, right? Let's go against another Arbiter team here, and you guys can kind of see how it works, right? Come in here. Stinging Blast, increased cooldown, fantastic. Sure, they get a hard-hitting Trunda. They get some. He dies. It's all good. They can only use their A1s. They can't revive. I mean, they're toast, right? And that's the beauty, right? You really neutralize the entire team because even their revivers, even their support champions, they can't do anything. There's no cleansing to be had. He's a great control champion in that regard. You can use him on any sort of a team like this, right? What we're looking for here is a speed or a lead. We're looking to build to... Hey, he went in with the A3. You guys notice that? Okay, note to self, note to you guys. Let's redo that. Sometimes he's going to use his A3 unless you prioritize it on the setup, on the team setup here. So let's do this. Let's go in here. Instead of Yannicka, let's use somebody else. But Basher, we want to make sure we come in here, opener, first choice, Stinging Blast, not cause fear like he did last time. Let's go ahead and switch things up. Yannicka's +4. Let's go a little bit more realistic. Let's go with a... who's that new guy who we just did? Ethlin? We just did a guide on the other day. He was pretty cool. Not many of you guys watched it because I presume not many people have this champion. Where is he? I can't search champions on the preset menu, unfortunately. He is... Right here he is. Okay. Just try using something a little bit different, right? So here we go. Now we're going to go in with the... There we go. Now we're increasing the cooldown. It's weird that he would use the A4 because it's not even... Let me take a look at his multipliers here on his A3 versus his A2. Nice job, though. Nice job. Ethlin's a pretty cool champion, guys. All right, Basher. Hellhades says he's a faction war god. We have a 3.8 strong attack multiplier on his A2. We have a 3.2 multiplier on his A1, and then we have a weak 1.55, but it is a 4-time at random hitter. I don't see any way that he wouldn't just go in with the Stinging Blast as an auto, but there are the multipliers on this champion, guys. Let's go ahead and try to find like kind of a tankier team. I guess this is somewhat tankier here, right? Here we go. Go in. They do get a... There we go. Perfect. And again, we have 500 accuracy on this guy, but he's landing everything pretty nicely. I don't think we've had, besides Mithrala, I don't think we've had a resist. And you saw that, obviously, Duchess was alive there at the end, but she was unable to revive anybody. All right, guys, I found the tankiest team I could find. Okay, we got a Lydia, we got a Duchess, we got a Siphi, we got a Krisk, okay? Now, it's all going to be predicated on removing this stone skin. We get 2 shots at it. Shot number 1 failed. Come in there. Ooh, we got a resist from Duchess. Eesh, eesh. Not the start we wanted. All right, let's remove it. Boom, boom. Ooh, we removed it, but she's going to be able to revive everybody. Let's come in here. Bump, bump, bump. Resist, resist. Oh, man. That high resist Duchess just owned my entire team. Let's try to pop her off here. Okay. 1 down. Doesn't really matter, though. I'm going to speed boost here because they got the deny revival anyway on their team. Krisk has his, if he doesn't lose his turn here, he has his provoke coming at me, and that's going to be a real pain. Real pain. And he lost his turn. Great. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Humbled Broken, A1 rather. Humbled Broken 1 turn away. I'm still not liking this because Krisk is going to come in with a provoke, and I got nothing for it. And that's going to give enough time to revive and buff and everything like that, right? All right. See if we can decrease some of these durations. Everything's resisted. Oh, he comes in with the A2, extends the duration of everything. We do have block buffs up from the A3 on Lydia. Humbled and Broken is up, but we do have decrease. Oh, no, we don't. This might do it. Boom! All right. It's a Shemnath spotlight. But hey, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this guide on Basher. It's a pretty brief video, but I mean, what you see is what you get. A lot of speed, a lot of accuracy, and you know, you can have some fun with this great control option. Avoid Epic Champion, who again is one of only 2 epics in the game that has that ability to put skills on cooldown. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.